Hello, I want to show you how my script works. At first it works with selected layers and adds in and out animation to it based on an in point and out point of each layer, like you see it here. Let's do it something for better understanding. For example, I want to start these layers here out of this frame, goes to exact position and goes out at the end. So I need to select it, I need to set in and out point, and we can do it in two ways. We can put here -400 and press. Let's check it off for now and press move it. As you see, it goes out, goes in, goes out. And another way, you can leave here -100 as default value here, and let's remove these keyframes and move it again. And as you see, it's not enough, but you can make it like this. You need to put here time slider and press move it again and move it again and again. You need to put slider here at the first in point of the layers. And let's offset it. And that's all for the position. As you see, it adds bounce expression to it, to each layer, and these keyframes, as you see it in the graph editor. Okay, so let's make it something with rotation. For example, with these plates, let's select it and set in and out. I wanted to make 3D and rotate it in the beginning by x-axis and by y in the end. So you need to put here, okay, let's set here 90 and 90 in y at the end value, and press rotate it. So, and offset it. So here we have. Okay, and another example for the scale. Let's select these kind of text lines. For example, I wanted to grow by x-axis. For sure, we need at first change its anchor point manually or by script. Anyway, we need to move it to the left, and now we need to select only x-axis here. So we need to check off these checkboxes and scale it and offset it, of course. And as you see, it works like this. And same as for opacity, you just press this button. It adds opacity in the end, at the beginning and in the end. Yeah, and keyframes here. So I need to tell a little bit more about this section. So this column of values is for position, this column is for the rotation, and this column is for the scale. These checkboxes, if you wanted, for example, to add only in animation, you need to check, for example, for scale, you need to check this box and check off this one and scale it. As you see, we have only in animation. And these numbers, like 8 frames, is for in and out animation duration. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 frames. Position and rotation just offset current value. So if you, like here, if you have 510, it just offset by, as we did it before, by 100 and 100, like by 400. So we have here 110. As for the scale, you need to put here not an offset value, you need to put here exact value that you want at the begin, and here and end value. So if you wanted to start from 0, you need to put it here 0 value, 0%. Same as the scale. Opacity works the same as the scale. You need to put only 0 to start from 0. As for the offset, I need to show you this. So I prefer to leave this number as default value, as it's only 1 frame. If I need to offset it by 2 frames or more, I just click it several times. It's faster than to put every time different value or different number. And this offset plus, it just adds like another dimension of offset. For example, if I put here 1, it will be like this. So it goes faster at the beginning and slower to the last selected layer. Okay, that's good. And actually you can put here, even here you can put negative value. So for example, if I put here -1, we will have, let's put here 0.5. We'll have something like more creative. Okay, and random shift layers. Most of the time you need to, if you want to randomize layer time, you need to set minimum and maximum value. Here I use a little bit different technique. So if this checkbox is off, it use 0 as minimum value, and 25 is its maximum value. So it will be like this, from 0 to 25 frames. If you check this checkbox, it will use time slider as a minimum value. So you can offset your layers from time slider to time slider plus 25 frames. it will be like this here or here or here maybe. I think it's almost all. I need to show you anticipation. For example, let's select this square and let's add anticipation to it, and for example let's scale it by all three axes and scale it, and we need to put here checkbox also. Okay, and we have this kind of animation at the end. It grows a little bit before it goes to 0. I will show you in the graph editor. Most of the time maybe you need to set here to add more frames at the end for make it like this. Okay, I think that's it. And one more checkbox here is back to start. If it's on, all these main buttons, move it, rotate it, scale it, and unpack it, use use start values as end values. So you don't need to set end values if you wanted to go from example. For example, if you wanted to like, okay, let's use again this bar. If I wanted to, we can put here any value like 500, 600. But if this checkbox is on, it will use only this. It will use these values for start and for the end. And let's move it. So as you see, it use 100 and 100 offset. I think that's all. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.